Hi, my name is Steve Hodgson. I'm Director of Hallamshire Physiotherapy in Sheffield. I'm going to talk to you today about the unstable pelvis. Unfortunately, in clinical practice, it's becoming all too common that people have been given the diagnosis of an unstable pelvis, and I think in many ways you're actually making people worse by giving a diagnosis, which from a research point of view there's no evidence to suggest that people do develop an unstable pelvis. The pelvis consists of, and here's one here, the sacroiliac joints attaching from the sacrum across onto the ilium. Since there's pubes at the front, this is incredibly robust. We know from reports from surgeons who report people have had major car crashes, the pelvis will be smashed to bits, people will break all sorts of things, but the main joints at the back, the sacroiliac joints, will stay intact. These are incredibly robust. There's powerful ligaments keeping these together and powerful muscles across there. It is a solid joint. It has to be. It transfers the weight from our spine into our lower limb. We need to have a stable pelvis, but we have got a very stable pelvis, and it does not become unstable. The belief that it becomes unstable is various tests where people will put the thumbs on the back and move the pelvis in different positions, say, oh, when you move this leg, when you move from here, this goes up, this moves down. So you've got a dropping here, you've got a flaring out here. There is no evidence from a research point of view that these actually exist. We can stress the pelvis and there's more reliability that, yes, if people put pressure across these areas, there may be some pain, but it does not mean to say that their pelvis is unstable, and it does cause problems with patients because once they feel they've got an unstable pelvis, they then stop moving, they then start to brace themselves. Treatment for this then becomes, right, you have an unstable pelvis, you need to get a stronger core, which then, as we said in earlier talks, doesn't work. If you've got an unstable pelvis, then you become stiffer. What are you doing? You're just stopping the function. We're designed to move, we need control. When you do test the pelvis, a lot of these tests, it's not the SI, the sacroiliac joint that's been tested anyway. It's the lumbar spine that's moving. The movement is not actually coming from the pelvis. Because you put your thumbs on the back and your thumbs move around, you get the impression there's movement occurring. In all the tests where they put pins into the actual pelvis and actually see how much movement there is, it is less than a millimetre in terms of movement. So these joints do not move. Even post-pregnancy, you do not see an unstable pelvis. If you do have a problem around your pelvis, the best thing is to go and get a physiotherapist to look at you who's got a good idea of how your body works, how your hips work, how your lumbar spine works, and how your pelvis relates to these. You may get pain over these areas, but do not feel you have an unstable pelvis. Once you go down that line that you're unstable, it will increase your disability because you become frightened, you start to contract, you start to brace, and long term, I think you make people worse. And I see many people on a regular basis who the first thing you do is to readjust their thoughts, beliefs about the pelvis, get them to move, get them to back into walking, get them back to dynamic control, get them back to be able to stand on the leg correctly, but more importantly, get them away with this belief that they've got an unstable pelvis, because until you actually change that, they will then believe they have to keep still, and any indication of pain means they're becoming more unstable. Keep still. And this unfortunately just makes people increasingly disabled and makes people a lot worse. Thank you very much. If you want further information, please do not hesitate to call the clinic or look at the website at www.hallamshirephysiotherapy.com. Thank you.